Good morning, Facebook world, YouTube world, any world that you're in as you watch this video. So this video is just going to be a couple of tips or thoughts around storytelling. Now, I have to admit, as a trainer, presenter, coach, facilitator, mentor, for me, storytelling is something I've really struggled with because I'm a very logic-driven person. I'm not a really creative person. But I started to realize the power of storytelling to actually influence other people, to take action quickly, but also to illustrate key points whenever I'm training. And I realized a couple of things when I dived into the world of storytelling. There are basically, I'm going to go 3 things that you really need to be aware of, right? And you probably want to grab a pen and write this down. The first one is essentially timing, all right? Now, you need to think about, when are you going to tell the story? Are you going to tell it before the content piece or after the content piece? Now, here's the deal, folks. Professionals will tell it before the content or before the teaching, and that opens up people's minds to take on what they're about to learn. Amateurs will tell the content and then tell the story, all right? So, ideally, put it in front. Now, another aspect of timing, though, is essentially, do you want them to feel a particular way? What I mean by that is, you probably don't want to put a very heavy negative story at the end of your workshop or at the end of your session, because then people are going to walk out feeling heavy, negative, and they're going to associate that negativity to you as a trainer and presenter. All right, so you want to be thinking about, all right, is it a happy story? Is it a sad story? Is it an inspirational story? Is it a key insight and learning story? What kind of story is it? All right, so the first thing is timing. Second is character development, all right? So you don't want to say, Bill went to the shops and bought some butter, all right? Well, you certainly could say that, but it's not going to be as impactful as you could say, Bill, a very committed individual who really loved to give the most in his life. Now, Bill, when you saw him out on the street, he would often be wearing XYZ, and one day he woke up in the morning and he had a realization, and he realized that to really transform his life, he needed to take some brand new action, and he needed to get out to the shops and access some new resources. And on that particular day, it was all about this special kind of butter. And this butter was quite unusual because it was made in XYZ country. Full stop. Hopefully you can see how I'm really elaborating the key points there. I'm really talking about Bill, talking about the butter, and really every little thing I'm saying is driven towards actually the listener, the learner, having an aha moment and associating certain things to Bill and the butter, and they're also able to visualize Bill quite well, and that's what we're trying to paint the picture of, right? What does it actually look like to watch or be there when Bill is going to buy the butter, so to speak, right? So that is all about character development. So the first one was timing, second was character development, and third, I'm going to just tie it off one more time and say, think about the feeling that you want to create, all right? So with every story, there's going to be an underlying feeling that you're going to create, whether it's happy, sad, what are the emotions that are bubbling up under the surface of the story, and make sure when you tell the story, you bring those emotions up even stronger, even more powerfully, because those emotions are actually going to be what cause people to feel something, decide something, and take new action. But, again, Bill going to buy the butter is not really going to evoke much emotion. It's just going to be, okay, cool, he did that, good on him, right? But if you can bring up the emotion and really make people feel it, you feel it, they feel it, right? Don't think that people are automatically going to feel the emotion. You've got to really accentuate it as much as you can. So folks, those were some tips on storytelling. Hope you got some value from the video. These are some kind of ideas and concepts I'm going to be going deeper into at my upcoming workshop in July. If you want to come along, shoot me a message, hit me up on the socials. But I'm really excited about teaching this higher level content because most trainers, facilitators, educators from the front of a room don't really think about storytelling very much, and there's a little bit to it, and being able to do it well is something that really sets you apart as a great trainer and facilitator. On that note, folks, thanks for watching the video and have an amazing day.